I'd start with waters that held structure. Bridges, shells, eddies, all are good for perch, a fish that prefers somewhere to hide from their quarry, somewhere to ambush from. Overcast days are better, as perch prefer low light to bright sunshine. Grey clouds in the sky, settled weather but not too cold, structure to fish to, plenty of prey. It looked perchy, it felt perchy, but despite a promising start, nothing. Perhaps I'd need yet another rethink. The Sergeant, Old Stripey, the Pirate, Dennis the Menace, all playful nicknames for one of our favourite coarse fish, the perch. Walker famously described them as the biggest fish of all, and when you see a big one in the net, you understand why. Venables was also a huge admirer, conjuring a suitable collective noun, a swagger of perch. They just have that something special, an arrogance of sort, suited and booted to strike fear and respect. The defined stripes along the flank, the red-tipped fins, and of course, the bristling, spiked dorsal, often the first thing to draw blood from the young angler at the beginning of their journey. In my youth, they were plentiful, easily caught on worms from the garden, but the large ones continued to elude me, no matter what I try, my chances disappearing on the wind each season with the migrating birds. If your secret swim isn't working, then you can always borrow from a trusted friend. If anybody knew where to find a perch, it was Kev, who'd had a steady flow of big fish from a group of spring-fed pools in Dorset. A frosty morning greeted us as we fished close to obstacles, gliding floats under bushes, casting worms among the roots. I'd fished there before and caught my PB, which sits frustratingly 2 ounces below the magical 2-pound mark, the weight at which a perch is acknowledged as being big. No matter what I've tried, I've never come closer, and over time, like a stubborn verruca or an inaccessible itch, it's become a bit of a problem. The biggest I've seen on the bank is 3 pounds 6 ounces, but some of my friends have caught bigger. I witnessed an angler I trust, whose own PB is nearly 4 pounds, lose a fight with what he was certain was the biggest perch he would ever have caught, from a ditch no wider than a rod is long. Back at the pool, the sun refused to stay behind the clouds, and the day started to race away, my chances evaporating with it. The gin-clear water made us stand out like sore thumbs. The small fish came, but the big ones did not. What big perch we found slept, as if they'd partied the night before, knowing somehow that we were coming. I imagined them swaggering across the pool, devouring the small roach and rudd that proliferate, their gorging leaving them bloated and disinterested, all tuckered out with food coma, just as the anglers arrived. the clock turns and the light seeps from the day, and not even last knockings, a time when predators are often at their most active as the fading light offers opportunity, can bring a splash of joy. Where to next, I wonder? Will I ever catch this fish? I turned to another friend in Hampshire. We met first on the football pitch over a decade ago and found that we were both fond of fishing. We were more closely matched at football than fishing, his expert approach with rod and line leaving me envious. He assured me that we could catch, fishing the creases off the river's main flow, a stone's throw from the town in which he grew up, never far from the origin of his story.
What are you actually fishing for?
Oh, well, whatever I was fishing for, I just lost.
Oh, right.
Oh, gosh.
I thought of my angling journey and my quest for a 2-pound perch, which started when I was 10. I found a dead 2-pounder floating in the debris under the bridge near my house. I'd caught hundreds of perch from there, but nothing bigger than a few ounces. Where on earth did this monster come from? It was like seeing a dragon hurtle across the sky, a mythical creature stepping out from across the dimensions. The dead perch under the bridge is a moment that stayed with me while others faded with time. I often targeted perch, fished those spots likely to hold big ones, followed my nose to quell the obsession before it took over. But I kept on falling short, catching all sorts of species and some heavy weights, but never the fish I was after.
What's that, you reckon?
1.8.
Yeah, it's not quite there, is it?
It's not there, but
It's a nice fish.
it's a good sign. Good colours.
Lovely. Yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Watching how Ollie fished his river, I saw a deep-rooted affection for the water of his youth. Years of practice bringing fish after fish, even if they weren't quite what we were looking for.
It wasn't what we wanted anyway.
Back at the river, perch came, peas in a pod, but still not quite there. It was easily my best day's perch fishing, but the target fish eluded us. I feel ambiguous about targeting weights, but we all have our dreams, and mine was keeping me awake at night, the oxymoronic worries of an angler stuck in a number.
Yeah, 1.6. Spot on.
Just right by the side of the road.
We moved to a pool as the day brightened, hoping that the turbid water might convince them to continue feeding while the perch elsewhere ducked for cover. The perch got bigger, then smaller, but the colours were always vibrant, their gorgeous green scales turning to a deep, charming yellow, the chalk stream water encouraging nature to paint with passion.
So it's 112? Yeah, 112. Biggest of the day so far. Go to the back of the pool. Beautiful fish. Yeah. Cracking.
But the sun refused to bow and the fishing went quiet. Time for a spot of lunch, a cooling pint, and a gathering of thoughts for the Last Chance Saloon. Having left the river to the sun, we returned for the last hours of daylight. All or nothing. No pressure. Please, Mr. Perch. Please. As the light faded, it was dragging our hopes down with it. Would I get one more chance? If I did, would I be able to take it?